nowadays presenting data has moved a lot. Hi guys and welcome to MentorMe's YouTube channel. My name is Alan and I'm a CFA charter holder, and today we're going to be discussing about this important question that a lot of CA candidates tend to ask me is what are the things which you can do along with CA, after CA, before CA, and backup to CA. So this is how we're going to start. First, we're going to start talking about the certification qualification which you can pursue while you're pursuing CA. So it might be a good idea before you do complete your CA, because this will just add on a lot of opportunities in terms of placements for you, right? So the first certification I'm going to be discussing is about a data visualization certification, because nowadays presenting data has moved away from just the basic Excel bar charts into very advanced visualization, which tends to take place. If you know this, it can just add a lot of brownie points for you in your resume. So the first is the Tableau certifications. You can just pursue Tableau certifications by just going into the website and doing certain tutorials, and you can just pay the exam fees and get the exam, right? So second is specific to finance data visualization, which tends to get used in the industry a lot, as Power BI. So this is you can say an add-on tool of Microsoft. So again, you really don't need to do a course for this. You can just go to the Microsoft website, learn the tool, there are tutorials for it, and give the exam. And the exam cost is also pretty nominal, right? So in finance and accounting, a lot gets used. Power BI tends to get used a lot because it's just an extension of Microsoft, right? So they don't really have to get into a really new ecosystem. So hence, Power BI tends to add a lot of value in your resume, right? The third is a little offbeat, but if you are planning a career into auditing, now information audit also has come into the ambit of the general audit that a lot of CAs do. So if you have a certification on information audit, I specifically like the ICAI Foundation because it's one of the biggest foundation for cybersecurity audits. But a lot of qualified chartered accountants tend to pursue the CISA certification. So that would be a good idea, right? The fourth is, if you want to stay in accounting and you would be probably into reporting, then my suggestion is to definitely do the diploma in IFRS, because IFRS has become the global standard in accounting reporting. And plus, even in India, you'll see that the Indian AS is finally derived out of IFRS, right? So that's the fourth certification that we spoke about while pursuing CA, right? Now, let's get into some backup qualification of CA. A lot of candidates, I can understand that might face some challenges post IPCC, that they're not clearing the exam, they're not able to go through the competition of CA. So you still have good options, and some of the options is what we're going to discuss. And if you're specifically talking about accounting, if you still want to stay in accounting but you're still not able to clear CA, then ACCA might be a good option. The reason why I suggest ACCA is not saying that it's an alternate to CA. It's definitely not an alternate to CA, but it still keeps you in the game of accounting, right? So you can still join the MNCs and still work in accounting while you are still dealing with the problems of CA, right? The next is a general mistake that a lot of CA candidates do, is they do not pursue, some don't even pursue graduation, some do not pursue post-graduation. Bear in mind that a lot of companies, if let's say even if you have done ca-ipcc but you still want to work in the finance industry, if you have a master's qualification, it will help you become eligible for giving those interviews. So definitely pursue a master's, specifically either in commerce or in management. Management might not be possible because you might have to actually leave and do a full-time MBA program. If that's not possible, then do pursue MCOM, right? Okay, now these are qualifications. In case you're too late for CA, a lot of candidates tend to realize that they want to do CA pretty late, maybe at master's level, or maybe they're already graduates, right? So if you still want to get into accounting, then the qualification that I'm going to suggest is not really an easy qualification, but yes, it is a very prestigious qualification. And the qualification that I'm talking about is CP, right? So it sounds easy, but it's not really easy. It's very prestigious. It comes from US, and it has a very different kind of an eligibility requirement. It requires you to have 150 credits. So if you have just done a 3 years graduation, then probably you're not qualified. If you're coming from a NAC A accredited college, then you get the 150 credits anyways, right? Because every year counts for 30 credits. So if a person has just done graduation, then basically you have about 90 credits, right? But if you are coming from a NAC-A graduation, then you qualify for the 120 credits that are required. In case you do not have, still there is a way. What you could do is you could make yourself pursue a MCOM or master's qualification, and after 1 year of your post graduation, you can apply for the CPA exams, right? There are about 4 exam papers in CPA, which might sound like less, but it's got a lot of content that has to be covered, right? And you have to complete all of these within 18 months. So that's the trick. So it's not that you can just do one paper and then relax for 3 years. So you have to quickly complete all the 4 papers within 18 months, right? Now, post-COVID, because of the pandemic, because a lot of people were not able to travel to the Middle East, now the CPA exams can also be given in India. So that's a good news for those who are willing to create a career into accounting. Right now, let's talk about some qualification skills which you can do for alternate careers. Not everybody wants to get into accounting, and a lot of CS tend to discover that once they've completed C, right? So in case you want a career into, let's say, financial planning. Now, I don't mean investment planning. I mean to say corporate finance. Let's say you want to get into FP&A, capital budgeting. Then the qualification, the easy, fast qualification to pursue would be CMA from US. It can be done within a year's time. It just has 2 exams, right? If you want to get into risk management, then you can obviously add on FRM as an optional certification that you can add. It comes from UK. It's given by CARP. If you want to obviously work in any of the alternative careers which I'm talking about, including wealth management, including equity research, investment banking, or risk management, you need to have a skill called as financial modeling, right? And finally, if you want to add a lot of brownie points for you to get into investment banking, then you can add something like a CFA level 1 program, which obviously will add a lot of value for your shortlisting and also clearance. So that was a short video on some certifications and qualifications that you can pursue for different objectives. If you are a CA candidate, I hope the video helped. If you like the video, please do subscribe to our channel, and I'll see you in another video.